Hi everyone. I would like to read you for our second to last day of Black History Month, Last Stop on Market Street. And this is a wonderful book. As you can see, it has won the Caldecott Medal and the Newbery Medal, which are for excellence in children's literature, and also another Coretta Scott King winner. And it's an honor book for the Coretta Scott King Award, which I think is a special reason to read this for Black History Month. I like it because it talks about a boy and his Nana, and I had a Nana, and I had a grandma, and my grandma lived on Market Street once. So I also like the end pages. All fun things to see. Okay, Last Stop on Market Street. For Luna and her two grandmas, Ronnie and Grace, and for Nana. Look at these lovely dedication pages. SB Market Street. CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps. The outside air smelled like freedom, but it also smelled like rain, which freckled CJ's shirt and dripped down his nose. Oh, it's raining right now. It's raining all day. He ducked under his Nana's umbrella, saying, "How come we gotta wait for the bus in all this wet? Trees get thirsty too," his Nana told him. "Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw?" CJ looked for a long time, but he never saw a straw. Can you see it? Can you see what his Nana's talking about? I can see it. Looks like a straw coming off that tree. From the bus stop, he watched water pool on flower petals, watched rain patter against the windshield of a nearby car. His friend Colby climbed in, gave CJ a wave, and drove off with his dad. "Nana, how come we don't got a car?" I love these illustrations. There's a man reading a newspaper, and it looks like it's actually a piece of newspaper. "Boy, what do we need a car for? We got a bus that breathes fire, and old Mr. Dennis who always has a trick for you." The bus creaked to a stop in front of them. It sighed and sagged, and the doors swung open. Oh, look at that. Breathes fire. I love the sounds. Sagged and sighed. My older kids, what literary device is Matt Villapena using when it sighed and sagged? Come and find me and tell me. "What's that I see?" Mr. Dennis asked. He pulled a coin from behind CJ's ear, placed it in his palm. Nana laughed her deep laugh and pushed CJ along. Oh, so the bus driver's doing a magic trick. That's fun. They sat right up front. The old man across the way was tuning a guitar. An old woman with curlers had butterflies in a jar. Nana gave everyone a great big smile and a good afternoon. She made sure CJ did the same. An interesting crew. The bus lurched forward and stopped. Lurched forward and stopped. Nana hummed as she knit. "How come we always gotta go here after church?" CJ said. "Miguel and Kobe never have to go anywhere." "I feel sorry for those boys," she told him. "They'll never get a chance to meet Bobo or the Sunglass Man. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat." CJ stared out the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched cars zip by on either side, watched a group of boys hop curbs on bikes. Feeling a little jealous of those boys, maybe? Wants to be outside. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat. "How come that man can't see?" "Boy, what do you know about seeing?" Nana told him. "Some people watch the world with their ears." That's a fact. Their noses, too, the man said, sniffing at the air. That's a mighty fine perfume you're wearing today, ma'am. Nana squeezed the man's hand and laughed her deep laugh. All these people that they're getting to meet and learn about. Two older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and stood in back. Sure wish I had one of those, he said. Nana set down her knitting. What for? You got the real live thing sitting across from you. Why don't you ask the man if he'll play us a song? Oh, look at the boys have headphones on, right? A little device playing music. CJ didn't have to. The guitar player was already plucking strings, and beginning to sing. To feel the magic of music, the blind man whispered. I like to close my eyes. Nana closed her eyes, too. So did CJ and the spotted dog. And in the darkness, the rhythm lifted CJ out of the bus and out of the busy city. He saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waves, saw a family of hawks slicing through the sky, saw the old woman's butterflies dancing free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him the feeling of magic. All that just from imagining and closing his eyes while listening to some music. These illustrations. The song ended and CJ opened his eyes. Everyone on the bus clapped, even the boys in back. Nana glanced at the coin in CJ's palm. CJ dropped it in the man's hat. Last stop on Market Street, Mr. Dennis called. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Crumbling sidewalks and broken down doors, graffiti-tagged windows and boarded-up stores. He reached for his Nana's hand. How come it's always so dirty over here? She smiled and pointed to the sky. Sometimes when you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, you're a better witness for what's beautiful. Seems like Nana appreciates a lot of things and finds beauty in a lot of things. CJ saw the perfect rainbow arcing over their soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana always found beautiful whenever he wondered how his Nana always found beautiful where he never even thought to look. He looked all around them again. At the bus rounding the corner out of sight, at the broken street lamps still lit up bright, and the stray cat shadows moving across the wall. As I'm reading, I can hear lots of rhyme. Gives me kind of a rhythm as I read. See the difference in the picture and the way that CJ sees what he's looking at based on what his grandma sees? Or his Nana, sorry. When he spotted their familiar faces in the window, he said, I'm glad we came. He thought his Nana might laugh, her deep laugh, but she didn't. She patted him on the head and told him, Me too, CJ. Now come on. See, they're at the soup kitchen, which is feeding people who probably are struggling. Okay, all over, and there's Nana and CJ. Look at these end pages. Going out to the bus stop. I hope you enjoyed that book. This is a really beautiful book. It'll be in my office for a little while. I got it out of the Worcester Public Library. So in a couple of weeks, they're going to be due, and I am going to return them to the library, and I'm going to find some more books. Have a great night.